Hey everyone, it's Cheryl from Teaching 2 and 3-year-olds. We are about to start our third week of school. Our first 2 weeks, as you saw in our previous videos, were all about just getting the children introduced to the classroom. They're getting to know our routine. We've been working on some tiers, but I'm happy to say that as of last week, that got a lot better. So really, it was just a time for them to really get to know the classroom and everything that we do. And the teachers are building a trust with the children, getting to know them. We talked a lot about their dogs and their families and what they do. So now we're going to be changing things out a little bit. We're going to be doing an all about me and friends theme. Very simple because this is a young group. So we're mostly going to be talking about how we're good friends, and we're going to also be talking about our family. So I'm going to take you on a tour of our classroom and you can see how we've changed things up for this week's theme. Okay, so over in our block area, we have our Duplos with on our train table, we can flip it over. So one side has the plates on it that the Duplos can stick into. And I'll drop a link to that product in the description because it's been so nice. So when we want to use the Duplos, we just flip the train table over, the base of it, so that it has the plates so the children can build homes or whatever they want to build with it. On our writing table, we have our circle page and we have some circle stamps. While we focus on all of our shapes throughout the month, we like to feature a special shape each month. And for September, that is the circle. I can put a link to this free circle printable packet in the description if you're interested. And over in our dramatic play area, we haven't done a whole lot of changes from last week, but we did swap out the plastic food. Now we have felt food. They can make little sandwiches, and we still have our babies and our dress-up clothes. We have our little vacuum cleaner over there, so it really is kind of a my house theme. In our reading area, we have put our little Melissa and Doug wooden house, and we have our little bunny family that the children can, if they want to sit over there and play with that, they can. And of course, we have some of our new books out that have to do with families and all about me. In our sensory bin, I found the cutest paper mache houses off Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. And the lids come off, the roofs come off, and then we have our little people that they have, and then I also put some wood blocks in there, and that's because this group is very young. I don't want to put anything in there that I'm afraid they might put them in their mouths right now. This is really one of our first sensory bins. And so I put the little wooden blocks in there, and there's also some little scoops if they do want to pick up the blocks and put them in the house with the people, or they might want to build some homes for the people. On our easel, we are going to be doing do-a-dots using the whiteboard side of the easel, and I introduced the do-a-dots markers last week. We used them on paper, so now they're familiar with how to use them, except we're going to be doing it on a vertical surface. On our light table, I wanted to go with something that had a little bit of sense of touch going on. So I took some sticky paper, contact paper, and I taped it to the light table, sticky side up. And then I just have some various pieces that they can stick to it. I have some different colored craft sticks and some foam pieces and some pom-poms. So they can just use their fingers to press them down onto the sticky, pick them up, press them back down again. This is a great fine motor activity. One of the art activities that we will be doing this week is we will be using watercolors on this house printable, and I will put a link to this in the description. It's free. And then I'm going to I already have a photo of each of the children's families, and so I'm going to make a copy of those, and I'm going to, after the children paint their house, I'm going to put their family photo in the middle of it. Then I'm going to turn this into a class book so that it can stay in our reading area and the children can look at it. At the Play-Doh table, we put some different pieces out, wood pieces that they can press into the Play-Doh. They can press them in and make little designs, whatever they want to do with it. We have some animals, we have some trees, and then we have some of our tree blocks, and we also have some of our rolling pins, and then also some of our little pizza cutters. And then at our science and exploration table, we have some little pine cones, and then they can put them into the balancing scale. They can scoop them in. And the reason why I chose to use pine cones with this activity is because when we were traveling to and from our play area, we noticed a whole bunch of pine cones on the ground, and the children were very curious about where they came from. So I thought bringing them into the classroom would be very meaningful because they're going to remember seeing them outside under the big trees. And two of the books that we'll be reading this week, All About Me and You, and I Like Myself. So that's how we have our classroom set up for week 3. We'll be talking about families and about each other. And again, it's still really simple because the children are learning how to use the materials. They're getting to know our classroom and our routine. Thanks for watching.